Welcome back to Market Pros. My name is Bryant, and here we have Bitcoin on the 1 hour. As you can see, still going sideways, a little up to the right. Looks like we have some sort of ascending channel right now. Are being held up by the 50. Have came down below the 21 a few times, being held up by the 50. So obviously, if we can stay above, the 100, we're going to talk about the bullish and bearish case and what exactly I think is going to happen. But first, we're going to go over the chart layout. So your RSI, your momentum oscillators, pretty neutral right now. MACD pretty much reset. Momentum is weak as hell right now. BBWP starting to cross its moving average. If we can cross this moving average and get back up into the upper zone, I think the move will happen. Now, if we continue to go to the downside, with moving average keeping a negative slope, I do think we will consolidate even further. But honestly, I do think the move will happen very soon. Let's go to the 15-minute. Here on the 15-minute, all your moving averages have converged, basically going back and forth. Now, they do have a positive slope at the moment, all above each other, smallest to biggest. RSI, getting rejected from, well, front running that bullish control zone right now. Let's see here. No divergences. MACD, fresh upside curvature, fresh cross to the upside, getting support on that zero line. Positive momentum is kind of waning right now, not much to speak of. Okay, so let's go over here. All right, so here we are on the 1 hour. All right, so actually let's go to the 15-minute. So you have been bouncing off of this order block right here, basically being held up also by the POC point of control. You have dipped below it a few times, but it's basically holding you up. Your stochastic is pointed to the downside right now. It is coming out of the overbought region. Sorry, I had to check trade real quick. So you could have another pullback, could go down to the bottom of the order block, continue going sideways. Basically, let's go back to the other chart and oh, wrong chart. That is Wyckoff. A little hard to explain, but eventually I might start going into that as well, just for the people that do study Wyckoff. Maybe later in the video go over, the characteristic of the market and the structures. So 15-minute MACD or a 15-minute BBWP does have an upside curvature. Moving average has an upside curvature, are in the upper zone. But I mean, we're basically just going back and forth right here. Okay, so basically what we need to do is hold the 1 hour, the 1 hour POC, point of control on the VPVR and the 100. If we do fall below that, I would expect us to come down to this level at 20,250, basically the bottom of this wick low right here. Would expect a bounce, probably back up somewhere around 2,700, 20,700, and then continue down to this 200. Now, if we break the 200 at 19,400, we're probably going to 13K. And I know that's far-fetched, but that would mean that this was one big bull trap. And, we would have some sort of a BART here. But honestly, if we break this level, I mean, yeah, we'd probably get a bounce all the way at 17,150 and bounces along the way. Nothing goes up or down in a straight line. But I'm telling you, that is the level I'm looking at right now. Now, I do think we could probably come close to that, and I'll tell you why. CME has a gap starting at 19,990. 19,990. So basically 20K. I do think we get a pullback down to that area. Let's see what 20K would line up with. Let's see here. 20K back on the regular chart would line up with right here, basically your last breakup point. So it would fill this inefficiency, right here and close the gap. I do think we could, possibly hold 20,000 250, 20,000, 260 and get a wick down to there, and then continue to the upside. That is what I'm going for right now, is wick down, correction, and then continue to the upside somewhere around 23K. And we will keep you up to date every step of the way. By the way, if you guys are liking this video, subscribe to the channel. Check out the links in the description below. Join the Discord. And we are building a website for the channel and for tutoring classes, the merchandise, quant data. It's going to have everything. So definitely stay tuned for that. I will be posting the link in the description below. It's going to take probably a month, something like that, to build it, weeks to a month. And then it will be available for your use. Okay, so basically the bullish case is that you break the wick highs at 21,650. If that happens, I would expect the move up to, like I said, about 23K. I'm looking at 22,790 right now, but about 23K. All right, let me go ahead and delete this shit because I can't see my volume. All right, so, and yeah, that's about it for Bitcoin. I mean, the bearish case, like I said, is that you break the 100 and the POC, point of control, and the VPVR. I would expect you to go down to the 200. Well, I would expect you to go to 20K, actually, 20K. If we break 20K, I would expect you to go down to 19,450. All right, and if you break that to the depths, this was one big ass bull trap, and we're fucked. All right, if you're bullish. If you're bearish, get ready to make some money. And yeah, that's about it for Bitcoin. Let's move on to Ethereum, see if anything's different, and nothing is different. Okay, not even going to waste your time with Ethereum. Let's move on to Solana. Solana is definitely going sideways, not as much strength as Bitcoin. It looks, if you were just going off of Solana, I would say you were coming down to the 200 at 1950. Possibly even lower. You got your POC down here at 1611. Basically, that's the level. I know that's far away, but 1650, 1625. You break 1625, you're probably going to get a bounce at 1326, but ultimately I think you go back down to $10. And that's if you break the 100. So if you break 2274, I think you come down to the 200 at about 1970, 75. Right now your BBWP is hitting the floor, obviously. So whenever this thing crosses its moving average, stay nimble, because that's when this shit's going to happen. If you break the range highs, 2472 on a 1 hour closure, next stop is 26.93, $27. $27 would be next. Right now, your MACD has reset all the way to the zero line. Your RSI riding that neutral median line. The momentum is basically neutral right now. Your BBWP is low. You're waiting for clarity. Basically, you don't want to break the 100 or this VPVR level. Yeah, the VPVR level, 2234. You break 2234 in these range lows, you're probably going to come down to the 200. Maybe even, yeah, somewhere around $20. I would expect major support there. If you break $20, coming down to $16.45 to $16. All right, now let's check the NASDAQ real quick. The NASDAQ did find support on that line in the sand. So far it's broke above 2 parts of resistance right here. You're going to have this regression line. It's going to be major resistance right there. This would coincide with Bitcoin getting up there to about 23. We get up there and get rejected, we're going to come back to it, because shit could get real. That would mean that this was the last bear market rally for Bitcoin. Basically, on the NASDAQ, you need to hold 10,700. You break 10,700 to the depths, you will go. If you can break this line right here at 12,055, I would expect you to come somewhere in the 13,200 region. Right now, your RSI is in that bullish control zone right now. You are in the bullish control zone. Your MACD curling over, but your negative momentum really isn't nothing to speak of. So this thing could pick up pretty quick. If you can break 11,617, I would expect you to come up to 11,855 region. All right. Let's go to the S&P, see if anything's different. No, it is not. Let's go to the DXY. DXY has been moving sideways. Oh, down, down, down. Okay, so basically, if you break this last low at 101.80, that's going to be good for risk assets. If you can get back above the 100 and 102.66, that's going to be bad for risk assets. I would expect this to come up to 103.17. Now, if you break 103.17, risk assets are probably going to hit the dirt, because you're probably going to go up to 104.87. You know, possibly even get a small rejection at 103.91. No, 103.92, and it would probably be a major rejection. But then we'll come back to it. Right now, your BBWP is above your moving average. Moving average does have positive slope. I do expect it to start. Either break the range lows or the range highs. So we're either going to the 200. Risk assets having a pullback, which would make sense. It would make sense if we break this range high and come up to the 200, because that would coincide with Bitcoin getting that pullback. All right. So once again, if you guys like this video, subscribe to the channel. And I wish everyone well. I will see you tomorrow.